Welcome back to episode 11. This is Adam with ACG on itch.io, and so everybody come along and let's dev with me. Is not my new intro song, just a tune that's been stuck in my head. Welcome back, everybody. We are now on episode 11 of Let's Dev after taking a little break to just kind of get heads down and work on some stuff. Had some things in the engine that I needed to work around. Needed to figure out how I wanted to do. And rather than make a video where y'all would just be watching me kind of sit and try and figure out how things work in the engine, I thought I'd probably be better off just puzzling it out. You don't want to watch me just pulling out random blueprint nodes and hooking them up to see if they worked, and then putting it away again and trying something else. Would have probably been kind of boring. And then I also had this new racer. This is going to be the booster racer. It's got little booster engines that are going to pop out when you use the boost function. And I thought maybe we'd go ahead and do another episode today where we could just check out how I'm planning to rig that up and get everything working. So I suppose let's get right down to it. Actually, excuse me for just a moment. I believe my cat is trying to get somewhere that she's not supposed to. Oh, there. Do you hear me talking about you? Yeah, you're not supposed to go in there. That's why the door's closed. Likes to try and knock over boxes in our bedroom closet. She wants to get up and set in them, but when she does, then she'll accidentally throw it off balance and wind up having it fall over. And she's upset because she got startled, and we're upset because it makes a bunch of noise, and, you know, one of these days it's going to break the closet door right off of its track. But, yeah, anyway. Don't have a lot of time, so let's get right to it. I think I'm going to go ahead and make a rig iteration. Now you might notice that there is a pretty obvious seam on the back of these engines that I did on accident, and I don't love. You can see how I had to try it, even the little weird Mandela effect logo. I guess not the, just a Mandela. Needed to be split up and moved around the UV map, which is not necessarily what I had intended to do, but I don't know, everything was already sort of put together, and I just don't feel like messing with changing it around. So I think I'm just going to leave it how it is. We've got that iteration saved, so I'm going to go ahead and, even though it's risky, go ahead and make this all the one active object, because I do think I'm ready to rig it, and that's basically all that's left. Then let's go ahead and add that armature. Get this set up. This is going going to be 90 degrees forward. Scoot that forward just so it's pretty obvious and visible. And this is another one that's going to have just a big section of this back engines and wings and this sort of hoop that goes around all all that. It's going to just be basically like a tailbone that just goes in the opposite direction, and that's going to determine the rotation of all of that stuff. And then from here, I'm going to go ahead and pull this out on the x-axis. This one's going to be right up here in this pivot. I don't know if you can, that's the arm. The arm hinge for these booster rockets that are going to pop out when you're using the boost. The kind of the main feature of this ship, and the reason that I wasn't able to, well, I guess I could have documented the process, but I kind of decided to do a lot of this off camera just because I wanted to figure out how what process I wanted to use. Just bring this back in, put it somewhere kind of in the middle. Then we're going to need to do the same with this one. Just pull that out on the x-axis again. And this one's going to go down. Then pull this one back. Set it right about in the middle of that bottom booster. And now we're at the point where we can go ahead and start naming some of this stuff. We'll make sure we have the root bone, the fins, let's see, this one is, which one is this? This one is, I guess, the upper arm, we'll call it. This one is the, oh no, wait, we need to, upper arm, left. Because if it were, it's the left side of the ship, so upper arm left. We got upper booster left, and we got lower arm right, or lower arm left, and lower booster left. And now we can symmetrize automatically switch those to right. It's all the moving parts. This will be the pod, this will be the fins, this is going to be the boosters. So that should be all set up now. And let's grab this real quick because I think I want to maybe do an edge loop. Here. And maybe pop that out a little bit. Yeah. Honestly, I don't think I need to mess with it too much. It's gonna look pretty alright for what it's doing in the game. So let's see if I remember to do this in the right order. I always get them mixed up. We do armature first. No, I think we do geometry first, then armature. Pair those, there we go, with empty groups, because I'm going to be pretty picky about what part of the ship is rigged to what bone. Not necessarily by distance, but just where I want it to go. Then we will grab, I guess let's name this. This is Racer 4. We've got, oh yeah, we want that. Let's see. So the main pod is all going to be on the root, the base bone. So let's select linked, get all those. Just try and get all of this stuff. All of this things. Emergency going on outside. Ba-bum-bum. Making sure we got all the stuff. It's probably an easier way to do this again, but I don't know it right off, and this will work to just grab everything manually, so we'll be fine. We'll be just fine. Um, make sure we don't get any of these booster engines. That's exactly what I'm trying to avoid doing, is grabbing any of this part. Grabbing all of this stuff. A little bit of a... The geometry is actually pretty simple, but because of the animation that I was wanting to do with it, it wound up being kind of a complicated mesh to work with. Oh gosh, excuse me. I think that's everything. So the root bone, the root armature piece, assign all that. Okay. And we'll go ahead and do the fins. And not quite sure how this select all linked works, because in my mind some of this would have been linked. If I were to, just say what is linked to that piece of mesh, all this stuff I would probably say. Should have been included, but that's alright. That's all of that, so we'll assign. And that's good. We'll go to upper booster. Oop. Select all linked, and then we'll do that here. All this is part of the same component. Just no easier way to do that, is there? That's all right. We'll accomplish this through the power of friendship. Somehow friendship is helping, I'm sure of it. Through the power of friendship and stick-to-itiveness. And other things. Oh, such pain sometimes. Sure hope there's not tons of geometry problems that are the reason that this is all happening. just have a look here. Oh, yeah. Starting to wonder if this might be that edge split modifier that I've been using. I'd actually split the edges to get that sharp shading effect. You know what, I'm just going to forge ahead. Because I kind of want to get this rigged, and it looks okay. If it doesn't cause any major issues in gameplay, then this should work just fine for a prototype kind of piece. That's my wife. I'm going to have to cut it short when she's getting off work. Uh, so, you know, it'll be a little under an hour today, but we've got a little bit of time still. Do getting all the engine parts. Do. Gonna make these boosters work. Do. Geometry is a little wonky. That's okay. This stuff was built by aliens. We don't know how they do stuff. Maybe this is perfectly normal. Perfectly normal for alien architecture. Alien shipbuilding. Oh, I'm sure there is an easier way to do this. I am absolutely... Do not take this as a tutorial. Really curious if I could have done this before merging all of the geometry into one piece. That would have made it, you know, a little easier. Oh, get these. We are inside the geometry. Alright, that looks... Alright, looks like it's pretty much everything. That's lower boosters, so we'll assign that. Then I think I'm going to go ahead and save this for one. Then we will go into pose mode, get all of these and key them in their default position, because I don't want them to I don't want to forget where they go. Let's go ahead and make sure that scoop. Okay, well this should help though, because looks like we did miss a few bits, but I think we can actually just oops. I think we can go back into here. Now I know what I'm looking for. I think we just need this and this. I can assign those to the lower booster. And then that's all connected again, so that's good. That's what we're wanting. That whole little booster that was in that cutout is popping out. Okay. guess we'll go right back into edit mode. We'll go over to the upper booster right. Start getting all of this stuff. Let's see. See how much of this we can maybe get to auto select with select all linked. So far pretty hit and miss, but you know, at least gets us a good starting point. Or so I choose to believe. Alright, got those. Got this stuff, got that stuff. Let's get inside the engine. Make sure we have this. These guys. Get in a little closer on this. Looks like, ooh. Make sure we're holding shift there. Select all linked. And we got upper booster, so let's go ahead and assign those. And we'll go ahead. Whoop. I want that just this way. Up. And key that. Even though we haven't set this one up yet. Let's just key that up too. Alright, I see. Yeah, we've got something here. So we will go to object, we'll go back to the mesh, edit mode. I think this was already on there, but we'll assign all of that. Then we need this stuff. And this stuff. All right. I guess just paint that in, maybe a little bit. Yeah, you know, that's feel like that knocked everything back into place, at least well enough. Got those inside faces. I guess while we're doing things with the weight paints, let's do a little of that, make sure everything is staying pretty close to where we want it. Double check this upper booster. Really took my time with that one, so I'm less worried about that one. It's all looking like it's in place now. Okay. So let's go ahead and get that lower booster done. Soonest begun, soonest done, as they say. wasn't at all what I meant to do. Alright. Got all discombobulated there for a second. Oh, and it looks like my wife is waiting for the train, so I am going to get off and get ready to go and meet her at the station. Gonna save this. And gonna turn off the video, but I hope y'all had fun, and I will see you on the next episode of Let's Dev.